FSU shooting suspect in court.
A lot of people were brought together because of this.
How the community is responding. Mass protests over proposed Medicaid cuts in Congress.
The abuse ends now.
Leads to 25 arrests. President Trump touches down in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, what I do for the Crown Prince.
And makes a major announcement before an important meeting. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Alejandro Marquina.
I'm Rosario Mendoza. Today is Wednesday, May 14, 2025.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Soaring a select group of FHP troopers are now also deputy U.S. Marshals. Governor Ron DeSantis has announced that these Florida Highway Patrol troopers will now be able to enforce immigration law independently from the federal government.
As WPEC's Katie Bente reports, Florida is taking immigration enforcement into its own hands.
Governor Ron DeSantis is standing shoulder to shoulder with Florida Highway Patrol and federal agents Monday, announcing a new era in immigration enforcement. This week, more than 100 FHP troopers were sworn in as special deputy U.S. Marshals, giving them the power to conduct immigration operations on their own. It's the first program of its kind in the nation. DeSantis says he's filling the void left by Washington.
When Biden was president, these guys pulled over an illegal driving drunk. They could call ICE, and ICE may want to come take them. How many times do you think ICE wanted to come when Biden was president? Not very often.
DeSantis says he's heard from parents, angel moms who lost children in crashes caused by undocumented drivers. He believes those lives could have been saved.
So many times the illegal driver had other infractions, driving drunk, reckless driving, all this other stuff. And if you think about it, had we had these policies in place with the federal government that would actually take the problem seriously then, and this was long before I was governor, most of these cases, some of this stuff would never have happened at all.
All 67 sheriffs, FHP, and state agencies already signed on to assist ICE. Many took part in the state's latest and largest immigration crackdown, arresting more than 1,100 people, including members of notoriously dangerous gangs MS-13 and Tren de Aragua. I'm Katie Bente, CBS 12 News.
The Alex Florida State University shooter remains behind bars this morning after a court appearance. The bond was denied yesterday in Tallahassee. Phoenix Egner, the 20-year-old Florida State University student accused of deadly campus shooting, made his first appearance via video. He was at the county jail. The court proceedings were attended by members of the FSU community, including students who expressed what they think.
It was a big wake-up call, and, I will say a lot of people were brought together because of this.
During the hearing, the judge ordered that he have no contacts with victims, their families, or any witnesses.
25 protesters were removed from the House Energy and Commerce Committee hearing after a controversial proposal to cut Medicaid. CNN's Cheryl Hubbard has more on the story.
Some very loud and vocal protesters were wheeled out of the House Energy and Commerce Committee meeting Tuesday afternoon. The committee has goals of cutting $880 billion from programs in its jurisdiction over the next decade, according to an initial Congressional Budget Office analysis, by clawing back unspent IRA funds, axing clean energy programs, and making changes to Medicaid eligibility requirements.
The abuse ends now.
Republicans say they intend to cut the waste, fraud, and abuse from programs like Medicaid.
For far too long, illegal immigrants and able-bodied Americans who can return to the workforce have been draining funds from the low-income who need that Medicaid.
One version of the committee's proposed plan would require certain recipients, ages 19 to 64, to work at least 80 hours a month to retain their benefits. Chairman Brett Guthrie says the plan is for Medicaid to cover only the people it was intended for.
Expectant mothers, children, people with disabilities, and the elderly.
Some Democratic representatives held up Medicaid Matters signs during the meeting, Democrats critical of the proposed cuts.
For months, the Republicans claimed that their tax plan wouldn't touch Medicaid. Now we know that's a bold-faced lie.
Republican Speaker of the House Mike Johnson acknowledges that compromises are the way forward.
No one's going to get 100% of what we want.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
Yesterday, President Donald Trump announced he's planning to lift punishing sanctions on Syria following the fall of the Assad regime last year. Trump made the announcement while in Saudi Arabia. He made the decision after discussing it with Turkey's President Erdogan and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
I will be ordering the cessation of sanctions against Syria in order to give them a chance at greatness.
This comes after the fall of the Assad regime, which fell in December. President Trump also met with Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara in Reddit earlier today.
New updates in the trial of Sean Diddy Combs as the trial entered its second day in New York. Combs' former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, took to the stands yesterday as a witness in the trial. Her lawyer provided comments at day's end.
It's a long day. I'm just super proud of her. I anticipate another half day of direct and probably another half day or so of cross-examination.
Ventura testified that these encounters occur often and regularly, feared they will be leaked to the public.
A big change in the Menendez brothers case after a judge rules that Lila and Eric Menendez are eligible for parole. A judge in Los Angeles made the sentence change yesterday. The brothers were originally sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the murder of their parents. The judge resentenced the brothers to 50 years to life, opening up the possibility of parole.
The Miami Marlins looking to win in the Pope's birthplace against the Chicago Cubs.
That's still ahead, and so is the story.
The moment that they landed, it was, to be honest, a lot of dust in my eyes, and you just have no idea what's happening.
A helicopter lands in the middle of the street in an attempt to save a life. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
An emergency rescue in Southern California makes for a chaotic scene. A rescue helicopter landed in the middle of the road as officials tried to save a dog.
As KGTV's Eva Kirshner reports, the whole situation was caught on camera and shows how chaotic it was in the San Diego area.
Traffic was put on pause Friday afternoon as drivers stared at the skies instead of the road.
I was kind of in disbelief. I heard it, and then I look up, and it's so much closer than you think.
An Air and Marine Operations helicopter was hovering above. That's when Nessa Lene got out of her car to get a closer look.
The moment that they landed, it was, to be honest, a lot of dust in my eyes, and you just have no idea what's happening.
As the dust cleared, she saw someone carrying a dog and running towards the Pet Emergency Center.
As soon as I saw the dog, I was, your heart just goes out to it. You see, a working German Shepherd, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I hope everything is okay.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection told ABC 10 News that a Border Patrol canine named Boo was bitten by a rattlesnake while working in the Otay Mountain wilderness. Dogs need anti-venom within hours, or the bite could be fatal. Luckily for Boo, he had the resources of the federal government at hand.
It was heartwarming to see that, the dog was being taken such good care of, and that, everything was done in a very quick manner.
After all the commotion, Lene shared the same question that was on everyone's mind. Was the dog okay?
Called here and said, I'm sure you're not allowed to tell me things, but I'm wondering if you can just let me know that if he's okay. And, luckily they let me know that he's doing just fine.
Lene said if it was up to her, she'd do the same for her own dog. In La Mesa, Ava Kirshner, ABC 10 News.
And after losing to the Cubs Monday, the Miami Marlins were hoping to continue their series in Chicago with a win. The Fish started off strong with Kyle Stowers hitting a solo home run to deep center field. The Cubs fired back with Pete Crow-Armstrong hitting a home run to deep right field to even up the game. It was back and forth up until the bottom of the ninth inning when Justin Turner hit a two-run double to left center field, letting Nico Horner and Vidal Brujan score to give the Cubs the win. The final score was Marlins 4, Cubs 5. The Fish will continue their final game of the series today at 7:40 p.m. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Mindset.
Stand is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
To get to know each other.
On a deeper level. Father.
Cosplayer.
Mentor.
Actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together.
And discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
And that's all the time that we have for Newsbreak. I'm Rosario Mendoza.
And I'm Alejandro Marquina. Get more news anytime at CaplinNews.fiu.edu.